What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Friday night. I myself am pretty beat up here. I'm not going to lie to you. It was quite a ridiculous Friday, quite a way to end the week. I hope you guys all had yourselves a great week. I started mine off first 5 minutes of work, slipping, falling, smashing my back. It was pure insanity. Then I smashed my head within the next couple of minutes. I thought, today's going to be one of those days. But you know what? If all the bad happens right at the beginning, it can only go up from there, baby. So it did. Had a good day here. I'm excited to be here, talk some birds with you guys. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves so far with all the chaos of the off season. But look, I've already began the free agency series. All that stuff started. So hopefully you've been enjoying that content, but we're here tonight for Fan Friday. That's right, taking all your questions, your comments, topics, whatever is on your mind. Let's go, baby. I just got a message actually from one of my sources there with the Eagles, and they sent me that Brad Pitt video talking crap to Bradley Cooper. I was like, that son of a bitch. Hilarious. But it's true. Let's not lie to ourselves. I waited over 30 years. And we got so close so many times, but I don't even care, man. I got to see a Super Bowl. I'm excited about that. I don't like to be like a Cowboys or 49ers fan and live in the past, but I did enjoy it, a fond memory of mine. But I'm ready to win another, and that's what we're going to talk about this entire, what we like to call sicko season, baby. So let me know. You guys need anything else? I've put out, all of the, news with the signings, the coaches that are hired, everything I can do there, I will do. The free agency stuff's coming. Then you're going to get the draft stuff. I will always keep you up to date with the updates on the cap, the draft picks, all the stuff we're doing here this offseason. It's going to be a wild ride. So I hope you're strapped in and ready to go. But let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. It's Fan Friday. So let me come on over here to the chat. I already got things rolling. Let's go. 13 comments. And I'm rocking and rolling tonight. I have been waiting for this live video. Had to put out some. And look, man, it's going to be days apart at times for some of these positions, but I'm going to get that free agency stuff out before free agency actually begins. So once players start getting released from teams and things, we'll add more, and then we'll come back to those free agents. So don't worry, I'll have you strapped up with all you need to know. But let's go, Tiffany, starting us off. You sickos. Love to have you all here. Appreciate you taking the time. My man Joe in here, and you guys can always hit that like button down below, subscribe. Everything you do to support the channel, sharing this, commenting, all that stuff, man. All that stuff helps. So cannot thank you enough. China, let's go birds. Teresa in the building. We've got ourselves a little party brewing. That's how I like to get my Friday night going. Let's go. Now, with my tailbone completely destroyed here, trying to get comfortable here. Oh, my Lord. Losing it. It was intense. I literally... So you take out the steps in a basement, and today, like, the purpose was to get the cement down. The guy with the cement truck pulled up, and he had to go, like, uphill. Oh, my God, you got a little chute coming down, and then we got our own little chute going into the basement, but the steps are going, right? So, like, you just got to step up. It's, like, about, 4 feet, I would say. Get up there, and, you got to get your legs up. You put a little strength in there, and, right when I get there, just not with it apparently this morning, and I just slipped instantly and fell back right onto the basement doors, and like the little hook John, that it latches whatever, right in my ass, like right on the tailbone there, so close to having a really bad day. But it was not how I wanted to begin. I'm like, everything's great. Nobody saw it, but I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. It literally made my entire day suck because of that, but smacked my head 2 seconds later. And then within that, I'm filling up buckets, and my dumb ass, I'm like, where is this spout at? And I'm like, oh, it was out back. This other one, we weren't supposed to, like, the one that was downstairs got taken out. So I had to use the one outside, and I apparently just went to the wrong place, and I'm filling up the buckets just like halfway sideways because the damn thing is so low to the ground. So I'm getting this water and I'm pouring it in to, filling up the buckets that way and then carrying the buckets down and completely just like get my feet soaked. I'm like, okay. And I spent like all day out in, the cold, and it was, the sun was shining, so it wasn't too bad. But my feet were soaked, my back, and I'm sitting there just like with cement coming down from this thing, shoveling it down to these guys that are carrying the buckets. It was a great time. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's Friday. We're ready to rock and roll. So I'm on IR officially right now. That's a great call. I'm definitely on IR for the weekend. So that sucks because I'm trying my best. I literally, when I got home, got in the shower, I was just like, oh my God, sitting there just letting that hot water hit my back. I'm like, this is gonna be a tough day tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up feeling like hell. So oh my Lord. I hope your guys' week was much better. And what's so funny is, my body's still trying to get back into the swing of doing and I'm not, luckily, like I said, the owner is my, childhood friend and he knows what's going on with me. So I don't have to be doing like the labor stuff, which, yes, that's awesome. And, it sucks not being able to physically do that. It really does. But when you see how these dudes are dying and it brings back the flashbacks, like this ain't no, I mean, these jobs are tough, dude. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever worked in basements or anything, physical I've done, with the roofing or the windows. Like, those are some of the most intense jobs, man. But basements may be one of the toughest. So, of course, I had to kick my ass. It didn't have to be that way for me today, but I had to make it that way. But Tessie, appreciate you tuning in. We're getting this party started in here. And look, I may be on IR here, crip walking a little while I move around, but I am ready to rock and roll right in my Eagles chair. It's going to give me all I need. And I sat down in it when I got home and I was like, oh yeah, like this thing is actually pretty damn comfortable. So big shout out to Chelsea there. But Troy, my man, appreciate you taking the time. Little G, appreciate you as well. Go Birds. Big season coming here. And we're breaking it down all damn off season. Even when I feel like I can't move, I'm going to come home, make these videos for you guys. Even when I was grateful today is Fan Friday because I like just sitting back talking with you guys. Sometimes we don't have to just stick to the script and talk about what's happening. And we'll talk about all that stuff, whatever's on your mind. Shoot, go ahead. But go Birds. That's where my brain, that's all I can think of right now. But don't worry, I can think of a lot because I've got a lot on the plate here. And, what I like to do in these Fan Fridays is give you that weekly recap. What's going on? What did you miss? The Hassan Reddick stuff we talked about. Look, man, he's in the last year of his contract. This is something Howie's just going to do. You're going to throw the bait out there just like with Darius Slade last year. These things happen, man. And, this is just part of the business. No need to freak out. Then you sign Okwara. So everybody's like, I knew it. Now we're getting rid of Reddick. And it's like, no, dude, we're going to add like 30, 50 people here in the offseason because that's literally how it goes. And we've already added 22 in reserve. Oh, I think it's 23 now. Reserve future contract or whatever it is. We added a lot, right? So you have 22 free agents. You don't know how many are coming back there, but we've got a lot of things to, do here. And a hilarious comment here, China. My brain's not working. Bradley Cooper. Yeah. And too funny, man. And I know they're good friends and he knows how much he loves his Eagles. So shots fired there, man. And, my buddy sending me that. That's cool. I feel bad because he sent it to me 7 hours ago, and I just haven't looked at good old Instagram. I try to keep up with these messages here, and got a message from him, and then what do we got? See if I missed anybody else. I get so many stupid things too. Oh, we got Tiffany here. Rumor learned Anvil's conjecturing. That is a lie, Tiffany. No Vic Fangio. There's no tampering. Those people are shippers. You guys know if there's anything serious happening, I'll make a video about it. That's just how I always try to tell you. If you want to base off what's happening, look for my post. If you want to know about, hey, Eddie Jackson just got cut. Is there a relation between Eddie Jackson and Vic Fangio? And even with him losing a step and not being the same guy, does he still fit what we're trying to do here as a versatile piece that can play nickel, can play safety? And that's something you like to see. As much as we need young safeties, we still need veteran safeties too. I don't think Justin Evans comes back. I think Kevin Byard has a chance, but either way, you need veterans and young guys. So just because you add him doesn't mean you need to add other people. And I will always talk about this stuff. I'll always put it out there. People will get mad at me. Oh, Eddie Jackson sucks. Everybody sucks. And it's like, look, dog, I'm looking for off-season competition. If he sucks so bad that he can't make the team, well, then that's just too bad for him. I still want to see people brought in this offseason, young, old, all of the above, baby. That's how this offseason works. And it's so funny to see people confused and upset. And then if you don't have a veteran safety in a month from now, well, we should have signed a safety. I'll tell you that right now. And it's like, all right, dude. And look, there are younger free agents that I will break down in every video. Each video I talk about why I would want this guy, where I would want this guy. Is this guy starting caliber? And we're just getting the party started there. But you guys go check those videos out. Lots of information, every single free agent, every one of them that is out there. And then my top picks. Now, for the quarterbacks, I gave you a top 5 because I don't really think we need to add, more than a QB3 there. But we talked about the quarterbacks and then the running backs, man. I couldn't help myself. I had a top 10. Then I was like, well, actually, they need 15. And then I forgot I wanted to add someone. Then I completely forgot someone. And I was like, son of a bitch. And yeah, it turned out to be 17 top fits, but you've got all 53 free agent running backs, how I've got them fitting with the Eagles. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I'm a true sicko. And hopefully you guys enjoy that kind of stuff. But I'll be breaking down not only free agency, but I'll be keeping you up with everything that the Eagles do too. So don't fear. And, every signing, you guys, if there's ever somebody you're wondering about, like, oh, we signed this guy. Oh, I never heard we signed that guy. Go to my playlist on YouTube and you can find all of the roster moves. And that's everybody, man. And even in the regular season, you'll see the practice squad guys. I keep you up to date with everything, man. And look, Okwara, it's just a former 3rd-round pick. You never know with a change of scenery if you could bring something out there. But, I mean, you're going to add more free agents. And we already got the party started. And, you can see, like, I gave you a list, not only of these unrestricted free agent quarterbacks, but you got the restricted guys. You got the exclusive rights guys. I explain what that means. And I only got the quarterback, and then I got the running backs as well. And there were a lot of running backs. And again, I'll always show you the exclusive rights guys, the restricted guys, but unrestricted here, you see it. There's actually a second list for those guys, but I'll be getting into the wide receivers. Already started working on that. A lot of great options there. Talk about, tight end, offensive line coming up, and then the defense. But I'll give you special teams too. But the draft stuff is obviously very important. And each year I try to explain to people, like, look, man, free agency is going to happen first. So that's what we talk about first. And we're going to sign people. Like, yes, like you want to draft and get younger people, but free agency helps you see where you really need to get, younger. But the way this team is built, a lot of times it's just getting the best available player who they like and, going from there. And, Nolan Smith, they really liked him. Now, I think, they were trying to jump ahead of Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat being free agents this year. But you look at, what this team has been able to do in the drafts and free agency as of late. Like, it's time to rock and roll here, man. So let's rock and roll. Love to see that love being shared. The crazy day. Oh, it was. Of course, I had to beat the hell out of myself. Of course, I was laughing at myself. So I'm like, you old pieces. But anytime our fellow Eagles fans start complaining about the organization, oh, dude, they're just too funny to me. And I always break things down and try to show them the facts. That's what I bring. People get upset about it. It's a weird process. We just go through it all the time. I just don't even care. I'm here for you sickos. You guys that want to talk about football, you want to break down all the stuff. That's what I'm all about. So that's what we focus on. Let them hate, baby. We'll continue to educate. Learned about wound care this week. Yeah, no doubt. I was trying to look. I didn't see any wound, internal wound, definitely. And I'm going to go lay down like Old Man River when I'm done here. And probably just, I doubt I'll pass out because my brain never stops. But I will feel tired as hell. I can tell you that much. But you don't need to re-sign him. He is under contract. Yeah, you got to look at what it goes into the business side of this. And that's what we talk about. Reddick is still here. Swift is a free agent though, but don't let the media get you. Swift's not gone from the team. He is here. He's on this roster, but this is the final year of his contract. So when you have that happening, you got to test the waters, see what are other teams willing to offer you? You want to be paid this? Are other teams going to give that for you? What kind of trade value does he have? Because you don't want him to just leave next year and get nothing in return. Or maybe you can convince him to stay on a more team-friendly deal. You add some dummy years, and we've talked about it. You can extend him, restructure his contract, bring his cap hit down, all kinds of stuff. So I will keep you up to date. And I talked about that stuff, leading up to that moment when, that news came out. And it's like, this is why I warn people that, the media is going to try, and I'm going to try, to stand in front. It's like a car's coming at you guys, and I'm just going to jump in front of it. I'm going to push you out of the way, and I'm going to take it on, baby. Like, let's go. Juggernaut here. And I really think that it's been fun, dog walking them for years and that's all they rely on is just lying to you guys. So it's weird. But Ewing, my man, appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, I'm terrible with that stuff. I'll be 100% honest with you. And I don't have I felt so bad. This one kid that was working, they asked me to use my phone at lunch and his phone was dead or something. And he used it and then he's like, hey, did they call back? And I was like, son of a bitch. I'm like, dude, I never have any notifications on. My sound is off. Like, I used to, be nuts about breaking news and doing stuff. I still get like insane amount, but it got to a point where like I can't listen to those sounds and I can't like do that. Like, so I get on, I see what I see. Now the messages, I always tell you guys, like it's been rough. And if you message me somewhere, I always try to explain to you, just let me know that you messaged me or message me again. Like, because I get so many of these like weirdo account things that will message as well. And then things get lost. And it's just, dog, let me tell you. And I do my best. And holy hell, some of you have my phone number. Some of you, I'm always here for you guys though. But the chaos of my phone and the notifications, I don't even know where to begin with how much it's insanity to me. But William, my man, appreciate you tuning in, dude. Go Birds. Hope all is well, my friend. Can't wait to see Howie. You know it. You know he will do that. So, one of the shows a few weeks ago earlier in this off season was how can we create cap space even without, trading or cutting anyone, just looking at how we could do, and, if you go check that show out, you can see what trading them or cutting them would do. But right here, just showing you 10 ways that we could create almost $40 million. And look, not all these things are going to happen, but a lot of them will. And I do this every year because I want people to know. And I see a lot of other people finally taking this info, and it's very valuable because when you hear people, starting the offseason, you guys only have 20 million. They can't do this, that, the other thing. It's like every year I step in. Well, this is how they're going to create ways to, get to space. And I don't even know what I said right there, but dude, it happens every year. Like these things I explained, like here comes Lane Johnson. Dare say I laughed this year. I don't think Lane Johnson's getting a restructure. So a lot of things that we talk about each and every year that help the team, whether it's this year, the following years, whatever it may be. I try to break that stuff down because I know nobody else is doing it. And if they are doing it, it's because they're watching my show and getting that information. So that became, my thing. And I love doing that stuff. And if you want to see what I mean, like I show you all of these guys, and I showed you Hassan Reddick during that show. And that was, weeks before this news came out. And I explained to you, look, you see here that you could save money trading him. You could save money cutting him post June 1st, but do you want to do that? I mean, and it's his final year of his contract. So you might, like, if he's demanding he gets more money and you feel like a change of scenery would be okay. But he said before he wants to play here. You hope that he takes it in the mid range. Now he's got a $21 million cap hit. So that's insane. So you're hoping you can restructure him. If he wants to stay, we talk about adding those dummy years, extend him, and you save yourself 11 mil there. So now his cap hit's only 10 million. So I think something is going to happen this year with his contract because it was already an issue, $21 million. But I've explained this before. Like, this isn't like a bad thing. This is just business, man. And this is how it goes. Now, do I love Hassan Reddick and want to see him stay here? Hell yeah. But I also am prepared for anything could happen. You drafted Nolan Smith for a reason. Now, Nolan Smith. We knew last year when we drafted him, going to take a little while. And I told you my source explained to me during the offseason, this kid's got a ways to go. So he was 5th in the rotation, and that's fine. Behind, Brandon Graham and behind Derek Barnett there. And obviously Sweat and Reddick as starters. But, he's going to be looked, to step it up this year with, Brandon Graham being a free agent, even if he comes back or not. But he is the hope for the future. And I really think it's going to be, do you keep Sweat or Reddick? And I think you try to get younger there in this draft. So that's how they always, homegrown talent. And look, Reddick isn't homegrown. He is a hometown guy. But those huge contracts, it's when a player is good, you do want to pay them, right? But it's just about where you want to allocate money. Now, we do allocate money and resources to the edge rusher position. It's very important in the Vic Fangio. Someone commented this week like, oh, edge rushers aren't really that important. And I was like, that just completely, I don't know who's telling you that, but that is wrong. Getting pressure is very important. You saw this defense fail last year, not getting pressure. And, we were the year before breaking sack records. So let's get back to that. And I think Vic Fangio, how excited I am there. This offense, Kellen Moore running it. I think that we're in good hands here, and this ship will be turned around. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Twisted, let's go. Appreciate you tuning in. Nina in here. Let's go. Yo, cannot thank you guys enough when you tune in here on these Fan Fridays. And I'm running on fumes. I'll be honest with you. My back hurts if you see me keep moving around. My tailbone is just destroyed. The worst part was getting in the truck and driving home, and it was just every bump, oh God, it was quite a day. Not trying to be a whiny little turd here, but talked about my injuries from today and how great work was. But hope you had a great week, Nina. Hope you're ready for the weekend, and I'm ready for every day, every night. But I'm always excited here now for these Fan Fridays. They always get me pumped up, and I'm going to do my best. I don't know, man. Saturday or Sunday. One of those days, you're going to get the wide receivers, I do believe, or we'll see how this goes, because I've just been running on fumes lately, just trying to get all this stuff. And it was Valentine's Day the other day, and I've been trying to do this free agent stuff, and I forget every year, like, sicko season for me is seriously like more insane than the regular season, because I have so much I want to do, so much information I want to talk about. And I know that you guys enjoy that stuff. So it's for you guys. That's what it's all about here. But I'm very, very excited. And, I'm excited, period, all the time about the Eagles. I love the Eagles. That's just, they could be the worst team in the NFL, and I'm still going to be excited. I love them. But I get excited because we're in good hands here. We've got Jeffrey Lurie as our owner. We've got Howie Roseman as GM. So at the top, great thing. Sirianni, get back on track to where you were, man. Winningest coach in Eagles history. Yeah, let's go. Jalen Hurts, fantastic leader, QB1, MVP material, ready to ride with him. So I feel very confident right there in itself. But you talk about this roster, the pieces that we have in place, and there's a graphic for that. Let's take a look at this depth chart. Let's look at what you actually have here and why I'm so excited about this team, because already what we have. Now, I know there's free agents, and I know there's going to be holes, and there already are holes, but I'm okay with that because Howie Roseman's the GM. I saw somebody posting something today about some clown that said Howie Roseman doesn't know how to build a team. I'm like, haven't we not been in the Super Bowl like 2 times in the last like 6-7 years, right? Yeah, okay, that's pretty good to me. I don't know. And this year fell apart. That's not really anybody's fault. The injuries, all that stuff, the coaching, I can't put that on Howie. And it's hilarious when people do, because it shows me how little they actually know about what's going on. But we've got Howie, man. He's going to I showed you the draft picks, right? I showed you all of the cap space that we have. You know what? There's a graphic for that. And that's before I show you that depth chart. Look, 16 picks and 23 total, really. Once this draft starts, you can use that next year, 2026. You've got, a lot of picks here, 2 second rounders, a third, and somebody was good. Oh, well, you got like 4 fifths. It's like, you could look at it as not having a 4th, or you could look at it as, wow, we don't have a 6th or 7th. We have 2 fifths. Hell yeah. So you don't think Howie's going to try to package this stuff? Yeah, the next year you have 4 7ths, but we're talking about Howie Roseman here. He's going to make his moves, and you see the cap space currently and in the future here. We've got the ammo to make some moves. That's why I'm so confident in this team for the future here. And I'm going to break it down all damn offseason, baby. So you see here, look, Marcus Mariota, he's the free agent. We talked about, okay, Tanner McKee is going to step in as QB2. I'm all about it. Swift, look, I love the dude. Love to bring him back. We talked about the free agent running backs and Scott and Penny there, but you got Lou Nichols, the reserve future guy. If you could see the key down there, green, they are free agents. Gray are the reserve future guys. Obviously, the guys in white are your current roster players. Now, you can see that this team, obviously, some holes in depth, but Kelsey, that's obviously a big question mark. Need him back, please, Lord. Now, you don't need him. We need to get the Cam Jurgens train rolling eventually. Steen at right guard. See how that goes. Maybe draft somebody. But Kelsey, love to have you back. We'll see how it happens. But Alameda Zaccheaus, I would take him back. No thanks on Quez or Julio, but some young guys intrigued to watch what they can do. Covey and those reserve future guys that we got. Offensive line, maybe some depth there we talk about. So Yeah, some things to do on offense, but on defense, we talk about how important edge rusher, linebacker, I mean, all these positions, safety are very important, but you know, we've got the interior guys set. Like, even if Fletcher Cox doesn't come back, I mean, Carter, Davis, Milton Williams is going to step in for Cox. You got a Jomo, two below two, who's been stepping up. So, hey, maybe you look to add there too, and you will. It's always adding to the trenches. And you see at edge rusher, Reddick and Sweat. Then you got Nolan Smith, Patrick Johnson, Graham, obviously a free agent, but now you've got Okwara, Teron Jackson, Brandon Smith, Terrell Lewis. And we were just talking about my buddy who is cousins with Brandon Smith. And it was crazy. I was explaining the story. I'm like, yeah, he's on the Eagles now. And it was cool at work today. We were talking about that. And I'm like, yeah, I met Brandon Smith, unfortunately, at his uncle's funeral. But one of my good buddies, it was his dad, and he's cousins with Brandon Smith. So maybe I can get him to hook me up with a Brandon Smith interview for you guys. We'll see. I've been thinking about it, but I'll try to make that happen. Now, you can see linebackers, obviously, going to need to add there in the draft and free agency. Same goes for safety. I want veterans and I want young guys. Justin Evans is not coming back. I like McCollum. Want to see some competition there, though, with Byard, Blankenship, Brown. Before we make our decisions, I want to see some more competition brought in. So whether it's Eddie Jackson and some young guys, or, I mean, I've seen people, look, I'd love to have an Antoine Winfield. I just don't know that we're going to pay top dollar for the best safety in the game. I don't know, man. I'd love to, but we'll see. But you see the defense, clearly some things to fix, but Isaiah Rodgers is there. A lot of things I feel confident about. So feel good that we will fill in those holes. And then on defense, just bring back, or I'm sorry, special teams, just bring back Braden Mann as punter. But Isaiah Rodgers, again, this dude, he can help you as a kick returner, punt returner, if, whatever with Covey. But look, I would hope that Rodgers is starting, with Slay, with Maddox, maybe McPherson, depending on what happens. But you've got options here. And, I talked about there was also a video, positions of need, how I have them ranked, where I have the linebacker, safety, where I think the Eagles need to focus on the most in free agency and the draft. So I'll keep you up to date as, free agency gets closer. We'll do another video like that. We'll recap all the free agents, all that great stuff. But I'll have individual videos for all of the free agents throughout the week. And, it's going to be a crazy sicko season. I promise you that. And it's going to be even crazier because now with me working like I am, oh man, it's going to be nuts. But don't worry, man. Never going to sleep on you guys. I'm just going to keep pushing through. Going to keep pushing right through. Guess having cash makes you the NFC East division winner. Coucher picking them. Yeah, I saw him pick the Commanders winning. Like, these people don't know anything about football. I don't know how people watch that stuff, but that's truly funny to me. If you are, Howie, what position are you going after first? Well, that's that video I was just alluding to. And you guys that missed it, go check it out. Every single position, all 11. So you get the 5 on offense, 5 on defense. So you get quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, offensive line. Then you got D-line, which I split up interior D linemen, edge rushers, then linebackers, corners, safeties, and then, of course, special teams unit. So go check that bad boy out. If you guys can't find it, you can always comment on this video afterwards, and I will send you a link. Can Kitchens Cooper would be my first 3 guys taken. Oh, there's going to be a lot of guys we talk about during the draft process, during free agency process. Do not fear. And, I always tell you guys, check out those videos. To try to be patient with me. I will get out as many as I possibly can, but I don't want to jump ahead of myself with giving away who my top guys are going to be each year. You know how many content creators I have watching my show, so I can't be making everybody look like a genius when it comes to these free agent guys. And I'm going for year 6 to correctly pick the Eagles' first selection in the draft. So I'm keeping that in the chamber, baby. So do not fear. You'll get all the information you need, and you'll hear me talking about it. Like, I give it away every year. Like, if you watch and listen to me, you will know what I'm talking about when you already know the positions I want, the players I like. But I'm not trying to be a jerk to you guys or be short with you, but I got a lot of content that I work on that I put out there, and I would like for people to check it out. So let's go. I hope you enjoy those videos, though. And look, I'm going to get rolling out here. I am Beat Street McGee, and coming up on that half hour. But if you have any final questions or comments, don't want to leave you just hanging out there. So I will give you a couple minutes here. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. I do, whether you're at work or Liz, you're watching after work, or Drew, you're in another country, in a different world right now. I appreciate you guys taking the time. I love each and every one of you. China, happy that you're becoming Nurse China and kicking ass out there. I'm going to need some pointers from you guys on how not to keep kicking my own ass, though. But you guys, love each and every one of you. Hope you're having yourselves a great week because I definitely needed this weekend to begin, so I'm ready for it. It's a lot of people making a cornerback in the first round of the draft. It's crazy believing our cornerbacks. Yeah, dude, I definitely didn't have them high at all on that positional breakdown. So go check that out, guys, because I have ranked where the Eagles need, and it's not just me saying like this is the position we need. I show you who we have at each position, where I think, whether it be on under contract or the, reserve future guys, talking about what we have here, where we need to add. And corner is one of the places where we're loaded. And Bradbury had his struggles, so maybe you move on from him, but you're getting Isaiah Rodgers. So Slay, he played pretty well as much as the fans were attacking and the media. He still had a good year. You want to have a veteran here. We're still very young, and I would like to see a young guy added, but I don't think you need to go in the first round. It really depends. I mean, if some stud is falling and you're there at 22 and you're like, shit, let's trade up to 20, I'm not going to be mad at you. You go do that. That's just how the draft works. And, maybe you trade back. There's no one that you like. Maybe you stay put at 22. But you'll see when I do that draft series, I explain to you, look, I can't predict the trades and all that, like what's going to happen, but I can show you what I think could happen. I think these other teams could do this. Then I show you all the players at each position and, where I think the Eagles should be looking at, so just like what I'm doing with free agency, I'll do for the draft. And I'll say, okay, these are the guys we picked up in free agency. These are the reserve future guys. You'll see the roster filled out as we go. And I'll explain to you, this is where we need to add. And there will be a lot in the draft that we talk about, and I'll show you. So when we talk about the receivers, we're like, okay, do we need to look in the first round? Do we need to look in the second? If this guy's available at 22, do we need to grab him? If this guy, do we look in the third? Do we, all that stuff I will explain in great detail. And I know you guys love that stuff. And I know big shout out to all the other content creators that tune in around this time. I know that, you guys usually are giving me my shout outs for trying to send you in the right direction of who you want to say will be the Eagles selection. So I try to warn people, don't be, making merchandise unless it says Jalen Carter on it last year. So we're going to see who I pick, and I'll give it to you. Don't worry, soon enough. But I'm excited for this whole damn off season. It's sicko season, baby. So strap in. Telling you, go to those playlists and learn you some. Go find out what we got going on here at this channel. And, you sickos have been awesome so far with all your questions, everything you've got to say. And, I mean, I'm going to go through these positions as quick as I can so we can talk about it as a whole and what the Eagles will come back to, where we need to look here, there, whatever I'm going to say. You know what I mean? But I'm running on fumes here, ladies and gentlemen, but you stay safe out there. Don't fall down any doorways into any doors or anything, but let's hope I wake up and can actually walk tomorrow. And yes, definitely everybody's staying safe out there with that snow. All jokes aside, definitely want you guys to stay safe and healthy, and love each and every one of you guys. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will be dropping those positional things. If anything crazy happens, I will jump on, make a live video, all that stuff. So do not fear. I will be here, but I might have to make the video from live from bed in the morning. They start pulling some crazy stuff. But hey, I appreciate that, Joe, and lot of info. So the way I have it hooked up, it's Show Me the Money. You'll learn all about cap space, how the money moved around. There's coaching hires. Obviously, you get to learn about every single coach that we've hired. And then there's the signings. Then there is, free agency stuff has begun. So I got playlists for everything. I try to keep those organized all throughout, off season, regular season. I try to change them so that you guys have content that you're just sitting back. You want to shoot the shit, type in stuff, or you just want to sit back and watch something. I put those on playlists so you can just run through, learn everything you want. And look, I appreciate all of you who take the time to check that stuff out. Cannot thank you enough. And when you do, I tell you, I don't care if you're watching it months later, years later. You can comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to talk some birds. Seriously, I'm always down, and I'm going to get back to a lot of comments tonight. They always get stacked up, and I love that. I love that this channel is growing so much that I can't even keep up with your damn comments, but I love every second of it. And for some reason, it doesn't even send me all the notifications anymore because there's so many. So now I've got to go into the computer and search for the comments not responded to, and then it gives me a list of ones from weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, okay, these people probably think I hate them, but no, I will always get back to you, whether it's hate or whether it's love. I will always get back to you. That's just the way I am. But you have a blessed night, man. You guys all seriously stay safe out there. Watch out for the weather. Get what you need now. Crap! I gotta go get a case of water. I'm not like freaking out. I literally need to go get a damn case of water. I just forgot to do that after work. But thanks for reminding me. But you all stay safe out there. Hope to see you tomorrow. If not, some point next week, go check out those free agent videos. They're going to be coming out as many times as I can put them out throughout the next week or two. And we'll get ready for free agency coming up in a few weeks here. That's right, baby. Oh, my Lord. It's going to fly. I'm telling you, doing this, if you tune in every day, the off season is going to fly. I'm telling you, ask China. She knows. I'm telling you, last year, and especially when the day 99 comes and we're counting down, yeah, it seems like, oh, God, 99 days, but we just keep battling right through it. Dude, I'm telling you, we go to work. I spend some time with the family, get some shows together. We talk about the birds. I go to bed. Boom, 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 boom. Football's back. I'm a true sicko. But look, you guys have a great weekend, and really appreciate you taking the time. If you need anything, reach out to me. As I always say, if I don't reach back, send another one or say something during the show. So you got to let me know. But I will always be here for you guys as you are for me. Have yourselves a great rest of your night. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!